So why we honor them or why we call on them is for guidance, it's for clarity, it's for guiding us through our daily lives and all of this. I don't know, I have the confidence in me. Wherever I go, it's always on me. Like I bring the identity, I don't hide it, I don't, it's just me. Um, so we mostly connect with our ancestors to discover who we are because our ancestors is us and we are our ancestors. We are more like a reincarnation of them. It's like, I don't know how to use like water. If you have water right now and you pour some water into another water, it's still water. So that is how it is. The same blood runs through every vein, every of our generation. So we need to honor them. So let me give you for example right now. So we go through life in different ways, scenarios and stuff like that, and we have people that have lived many years ago, like 10,000. I don't know if there's 10,000 or years ago. So we have people that have lived those times, and we have people that are going through what we are going through. Probably you broke your leg now. There's one ancestor that has broke their leg. So we have them like it's just like continuation of us. So why we honor them or why we call on them is for guidance, it's for clarity, it's for guiding us through our daily lives and all of this. So our ancestors basically guide us, even without you seeing or not seeing, they guide us. So you need to honor them and you need to, remember them so they can be able. And sometimes your ancestors cannot even come in if you don't invite them. That is why we have to invite, we have to call on them. But they are there, but they will not come if you don't invite, if you don't call on them. They do not mostly communicate using voices. You understand? So they communicate using different ways. They can communicate using dreams. They can communicate using the nature. They can communicate using your daily life. They can communicate using me, through me or through you. So you need to be how do I use the word? You need to be more aware, as I said, for you to be able to differentiate if this is from your ancestors or if this is just normal thing. So it's more like the awareness. So probably let me give you an example now. Okay, I'm going through something right now and my head is kind of buzzing and all of those things, and whatever I'm thinking about right now, it's inside of me. You understand? It's just me alone. I am thinking, I'm just worried and stuff like that. And probably you're working, and you heard somebody say something that was meant for you. You will know that this is meant for you. So the voices, like you said, that comes into your head, like the ones you hear and you say, okay, you hear voices and all of those things. This is how it works. It's more like a download. So it comes into your head at that point, and probably in the nearest minutes or hours, you see that thing happen. And sometimes they can give you downloads on what to do. Probably, okay, you need to honor us. You just get it in your head and you're like, okay, that you feel it because sometimes it comes with a chill. The ones that comes with like heaviness, those are not the one I'm trying to talk because some comes with heaviness. Those are not, the one that comes with chill. Like you feel at peace and you feel at ease whenever you hear the voices in your head, and that's how you know this is from your ancestors. But when it comes from heaviness, like blow and suddenly you started feeling this spiritual fatigue or spiritual stress, that's a blow from your ancestors. But when it comes and you feel at peace and you feel like you need to, you know, that is from your ancestors. It has a very huge impact in the spiritual world today because of how it's been able to connect more people together, make people understand that they are not crazy. If not for social media, I might not. How many people would I get? Maybe like 5, 10 people. I would, oh, hey, you, and I understand that you go there and the messenger for the few, regardless, it's still the minority that still gets to understand what I'm trying to say. But I'm still grateful that I'm being able to do that. If not for technology, I would not be able. So I think all of these things still correspond with each other. It has a very huge impact in it. But also it has its own disadvantage, because the spiritual today people go through, um, it's the technology spiritual. You understand? It's like Yeah, all still spiritual, but it's the technology part of spiritual because you get different kind of information from different kind of places and different kind of, and all the information are not, most of them are not, they are not valid because spiritual is your own self, it's your own true self. It's not about the social media, what people say or what social media say or what people say. It's more like your own inner self, your own true self, you discovering who you are and stuff like that. So what I'm trying to say is I've had a discussion with somebody one time and I was like, you're kind of spiritual, it's technology spiritual, you know. I don't want to go into details, but it's still more like a technology spiritual. Okay, so let me give you an example now. I was having a conversation with somebody and he said, chicken, you're not meant to eat chicken. You understand? It was valid, like, because of the fears they had while killing the chicken, and you're killing something that has human and you're eating it, you are eating the fear of whatsoever. But that's still not spiritual. You understand? So more of another way, he said you're not supposed to smoke. But in the old days, in the old days, our ancestors used to use like marijuana to connect to their own higher self. So you're telling me you're not meant to smoke, that it lowers your own vibration. I'm not telling you you're meant to smoke to increase your vibration. So it's more like online based spiritual. There's some people are getting different kinds of information. They will tell you, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that. It lowers this. It's still, all of them are still not. I don't think they are the same. They are different. One is you connecting to your own deeper self, connecting to your own creator, your inner self, and all of those things. And the other one is a gathering, or a practice trying to connect to something you can connect with your own self. You understand? Me, I am supposed to do it on my, like, I have the capacity to do it on my own, to connect to my own self, to reach the higher vibration and to do whatever I want to do because I am who I am. You understand? Why the other part, you have to go through practice, like a practice, like it's more spiritual is more of like freedom. Religion, you're not free. You know, there are rules. Spirituality, there's no rules. You understand? You're like a bird. You free, you fly, and the other one is more like it's not like cage, but you're still more into something that controls you. You understand? So they are not the same to me. You see, I think technology has a good impact, and yes, people are moving wild, like people are waking up these days. I would say from last year, even if you have that gift in you from last year, something boosted it. 2 years ago, something boosted it. This year, something boosted it. Everything. I think from the last 3 years, something triggers whoever that is waking up right now, and most especially, what I think it's like a pandemic. It's more of a pandemic at this point. I've had people come to my face and tell me, "What are you doing?" You know, like they will look you spiritual. They give you names and all of those things and all of those things. But I still have people that I can get whatever they are thinking in their head at that point. Maybe I see you, I know you're thinking, what's this one being? So I get that vibe and so I don't know, I have the confidence in me. Wherever I go, it's always on me. Like I claim the identity. I don't hide it. I don't, it's just me. So I don't, the confidence is crazy. I don't think I get fixes or I get myself put in that position where I'll be like, oh, what you're doing is bad or wrong. My confidence is top notch, so yeah, no problem for that. If you're going through spiritual awakening, if you're a newbie, if you're there, it never ends. The journey never ends. There's always stages. It's like you're playing Candy Crush. You move from stage one to stage two, stage three to stage four. It never ends. I don't think Candy Crush has an ending. So the spiritual journey never ends. So you need to understand that it never ends. You need to embrace and embark onto the journey. Different kind of stone is going to throw at you, different kind of temptation, different kinds. It's more like you know. I, I, I tell people that I've gone through a spiritual awakening using my own like what I speak, like my words, and it's crazy. When you don't know how to talk, and you just because I myself, my head is full. Whenever I talk, I might be telling you something that is I'm saying it differently, and probably you're interpreting it differently. So it's more like spiritual awakening at that point for how we so it never ends. Um, it never ends. So all you have to do is to embrace, embark, and continue the journey, and be happy. It is fun. It is very fun. You being different. It's very interesting. Discovering yourself because 1 out of 100 people go through this thing. It's more like you're being chosen. So you don't have to be choosing for you to go through the journey. If you're spiritually awakened by the word, like by life, you're still choosing. If you're spiritually gifted, you're choosing. If the choosing doesn't mean you're choosing, you're still choosing. So 1 out of 100 people gets choosing. So embrace and it's like a badge. Work with confidence. Nothing will stop you. You rugged, stuff like that. So yeah. So I think one thing I would also say is people should listen to Two Face. If you need that. That song is very. I think that song should be like the song for the spiritually gifted, or people that are going through a spiritual awakening. So listening to it every day, I think that is also one of the best pieces you can get out of it. So yeah.